Okay, we didn't go where we're supposed to go. Bang. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? We're here back at the Fryar place where the conversations are fire. Yep. We took a couple of weeks off trying to get over that loss with the Eagles. Yeah, I know some of you were heartbroken. Some of you were elated. Stop being haters. We're not done. We will be back. It took, I think it was almost 2 weeks ago that the Eagles lost the Super Bowl to the Kansas City Chiefs. Hats off to the Chiefs. Hats off to Patrick Mahomes. They did a phenomenal job. The Eagles just couldn't get it done. What's going on, Marty? Hey, how are you? All the way out there on the West Coast, Marty's Menu. Are you ready to get this thing kicked off, man? I got a great platform for you. You gotta tell me when you're ready, man. I'll fly out there and help you get your stuff together. All right. Listen, y'all, it's good to be back. We're back in the studio. We got we're making a shift for the next few months. We're making a shift. I know we've had some celebrities on the show. We've had some former athletes on the show, and they've been able to share with us sports and their opinions, particularly in the football area. With the playoffs and the Super Bowl and all of that. And it's been great. It's been great. But now, a lot of us can, we have a tendency to look towards the hills, towards the people who have money, towards the people who are successful, towards the people who have a big name, the athletes and the actors and the actresses. Well, listen, we want to talk to the real people. I mean, I've been there. I've done that. That's kind of a fantasy life. The houses they live in, the kind of money they make. It's kind of a fantasy life. Most people, the majority of people, don't get there, don't have that, don't live that way. And we want to talk with the real people. We want real talk, real conversations here at the Fryar Place. And that's what we're going to be doing for the next, at least until the football season starts. Daryl, what's going on? See you, bro. All right, Richard, we're back in the house. Yeah. Oh, my God, the Fryar Place is live. Yeah, we're talking about the Eagles. You're a hater, Richard. You're a hater. You're a straight hater. You're a Buffalo Bills fan. It's all right. Only reason I put up with you is because you're my cousin. But I love you, man. No matter what, I'm with you, all right? George Hagerman from the Dallas freaking Cowboys. What's going on, George? Man, you got me almost crying up in here, man. George, I want you to know something. I tell this to people all of the time. You are the biggest person I've ever met in my life. You are huge, man. Your shoulders and your neck. You're like the biggest dude, the biggest man, the biggest person, biggest human being I've ever seen, ever met in my life. It's good to know you, man. You're going to enjoy today. You're going to enjoy this podcast. I know this is your first time on, at least the first time saying anything. But good to see you, man. We have real conversations, George. And George, listen, hit me up, DM me, because I want to have you on the show because you got a story. Yes, you do. You have a story to tell. You've been through some stuff like I have, and you got back up and got back on your feet, man, and you've been victorious. So we want to hear from you, man. Give me a shout out, DM me, hit me up, give me your number so I can reach out to you and have you on the show. Wanda, I see you. Hope, I see you. Good to see you. Mama's in the house, y'all. Don't say nothing stupid. Don't do nothing stupid because Mama's watching. Mama's in the house. Yeah, it's focusing on my finger, my camera. See why you got to call me out like that. Well, I ain't calling you out like that. I wasn't saying that as love you to life, man. Listen, I got to throw George up there on the screen. That's George, y'all. This is George Eggman. Listen, George, you're on Facebook right now. You're on my Facebook page. I know you're my friend on Facebook. What I need you to do, though, and this is why I do this, I go live on Facebook and on my YouTube page, which is the Fryar Place, so that I can drive people over and to subscribe to the Fryar Place. So, George, if you can, while you're watching this, if you have time, we'll probably be about 45 minutes. If you have time, just go over to YouTube, and I know you know about YouTube, and search for the Fryar Place and subscribe to the Fryar Place, and then I can see you making your comments on YouTube. Keenan, what's happening, man? Stop calling me Reverend Fryar. You know, just because I married you and your wife did your wedding. You don't have to call me Reverend. Just call me Irving. That's good enough. David Hunt, what's up, man? Okay, you doing it now? George, I appreciate that, bro. David Hunt, love you, man. Michael Powers, what's going on? Good to see everybody. Listen, those of you that are coming in, Michael Powers, I see you. You're on Facebook right now. This is my Facebook page. I go live on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. The Fryar Place is the YouTube channel. But I do that in order to push people from Facebook to subscribe at the Fryar Place on YouTube. So if you can, Michael, if you do have YouTube, if you don't, download the app, go to YouTube, search the Fryar Place. That's Fryar. ER is a chicken. Fryar, that's me. Search the Fryar Place and subscribe. Then hit the notifications button. That way you'll get us when we come on live. It'll send you a notification. Thank you, Michael. He said, got it. He said, got it. Richard said, hey, Auntie Eileen, thank you for February 23 wishes of ice cream. Yeah, Mom sent Richard some ice cream, some stuff down there. I believe Richard's in Houston. Listen, y'all, we got a couple of commercials we need to talk about. Listen, don't forget about Press and Sew. This is what I got on right now. Let me give it to you. Press and Sew. This is the kind of stuff we got to press and sew. I think, Richard, I owe you a T-shirt. The Fryar Place. We also have other merch, hats, hoodies. The Fryar Place. We have, I can't even think of what the sayings are, but we have other shirts. Go to the Fryar Place. Go to Press and Sew. Let me throw that up for you. Go to Press and Sew over here. Go to Press and Sew. That's PRSS. SOW, SPRSS, and the letter N, SOW.com/TFP, the Fryar Place. When you go there, you will see the Fryar Place store, and you'll see everything we have there. If you want one of these T-shirts, you want other T-shirts with our sayings on them, made to move forward. That's one of the T-shirts we have. So you can get it on a hoodie, you can get it on a hat, whatever you want. Order. When you order, the proceeds go to charity. Yes, they do. They don't come to me. They don't come to the Fryar Place. The proceeds, 100%, go to charity. So go to Press and Sew, PRSS, the letter N, SOW. See it right there on your screen, all right? We also are on iHeartRadio, the Fryar Place. If you don't get an opportunity to be with us live on Fridays, we're usually live on Fridays at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. If you don't get an opportunity to come on and be with us live, you can listen to us at a later time on iHeartRadio. Download the iHeartRadio app on your phone, on your mobile device, and you can listen to the Fryar Place where the conversations are fire. Listen, y'all, as you can see, I got my stuff together in terms of, my physique. I'm 60 years old, but I'm in shape. If you want to keep it tight, you want to be right, listen, you need to be a part of the CoreChampion.com organization. Check this out. My name is Irving Fryar, and I am a former NFL wide receiver. I played in the NFL as a wide receiver for 17 years. I was the first overall draft pick in 1984 with the New England Patriots. Played 9 years there, and then 3 years with the Miami Dolphins, 3 years with the Philadelphia Eagles. My last 2 years, I played with the Washington Redskins. What were then the Washington Redskins. When I first saw the core push-up bar, my first thought was that it was a little bit different. You know, it looked different. It was shaped different from anything that I had exercised or worked out with before. But once I got a chance to understand how to use the core push-up bar, it really is something that has made a big difference in my life. I've obviously, being in the NFL for 17 years, I've been in some phenomenal weight rooms. I've had some phenomenal trainers, and I've been able to take care of my body. I had to take care of my body as an NFL player. And now that I'm a little bit older after retirement, you know, I'm really looking to get a full body workout when I do work out. I don't want to get in the gym and do bench presses and do a bunch of squats with weight on my back or do all of the things that I was doing when I was actually playing and when I was younger. But now it's important for me to get a full body workout. And the core push-up bar does that. When you look at it, you may not think so, but there are a lot of different exercises that you can benefit from with the bar. Not just push-ups. I mean, you can angle your push-ups, but you can do squats, you can do lunges, you can do burpees with the core push-up bar. You can actually use the bar and do presses over your head. You can do presses in the front. There are a lot of different exercises. You can do twists with the bar in your hand, and there's a full body exercise that's available to you. And listen, it's 100% beneficial. I'm older now. I don't need to be in the gym spending 2 hours lifting heavy weights, but man, this core push-up bar is the answer to my prayer. The bar can also be used with bands to create more resistance. Again, whether you're doing squats, whether you're doing lunges, whether you're doing overhead presses, the bands actually take it to a whole nother level because it adds more resistance. Fit in 15 minutes, that's all it takes. I'm a busy man now, I'm a pastor. I have a community development corporation. I'm married, I have kids, I got this, I got that, as a lot of us do. We have busy days, and some of us just really don't have a lot of time to put in the workout. We don't have time to go to the gym. We don't have time to spend an hour in the gym. We don't have time. In 15 minutes, that's all it takes. 15 minutes with this core push-up bar, and I'm fit. This didn't happen by accident. This takes work. The core bar is the answer. Yeah, core bar. Listen, go to corechampion.com, corechampion.com. That's where you need to go. Put in the code Irving, and get your discount. Discount code Irving. Corechampion.com. Come on, y'all. Let's get it right. If you want it right, if you want it tight, corechampion.com. Listen, Narvis, my goodness. First of all, let me say to George, thank you, George. George went over to YouTube and he subscribed, and now he's on with us. It's your birthday today, Richard. Well, happy birthday to you, man. I'm not going to sing happy birthday to you. I wish you happy birthday. Slap you at 5. There you go. Happy birthday, Richard. He said, my birthday. Yes. Is it your birthday today, or was it your birthday when Mom sent you that stuff? Anyway, yes, ER is a chicken, David Hunt. Faith Football Forever. What's going on? How you doing? Craig here. Craig who? Glad I could listen today. Snow day in Minnesota. Craig who? Craig. Who? Craig, what's your last name, Craig? Faith Football Forever. My sister Narvis up in Connecticut is on with us today. Narvis, when I saw your name, my gosh, you haven't been on with us before, see, I can't even talk right. I miss you. We need to connect somehow, some way. But she says, hi, brother. Love the hat and the shirt. Yes, I'm going to have to send you one. All right. Thank you, sis. God bless you. I love you. And you still look good. Go ahead, girl. She still looks good. Listen, I'm going to stop wasting our time. I'm 20 minutes into the show. We still haven't brought our guest on yet. Y'all hang on in there. Wanda, good to see you. Okay, earlier this month was your birthday. Oh, Craig Olson. Okay, Craig, what's going on, man? How are you? God bless you, bro. Thank you for supporting. And you are on the the Fryar Place. You are on YouTube. Thank you. God bless you. Hopefully we have a great conversation, or you're interested in this conversation we're going to have today. I have a young man on today. Again, we're not going reaching for the stars and the celebrities and everybody that folk look up to and think that they're the best people in the world. No, we're not doing that. These are real people with real conversations who are in the real struggle, like I am now. Some people consider me a celebrity now, but y'all, I went to prison a few years ago, and ever since then I've been struggling. I'm like everybody else. I'm in the everyday grind, just like everybody else, trying to get this monkey off my back, trying to recover, trying to dig myself out of a hole, just like most people in this world. Vanetta, what's going on? Alfred, what's happening, bro? How are you? So I got a young man, 39 years old. Oh, 30 what? He's 40 years old. Okay. 39. That's in my, you 39 or 40? 39 is fine. 39, he said stay with 39. Look, wait till you hit 60 like me, then he'd be like, I'm 40. So he's 40 years old, young man, born and raised Camden, New Jersey, went to Woodrow Wilson, which is now East Side High. Crazy Joe. Is Crazy Joe at East Side High? He's there. He's there? Yeah, he's there. Oh, that's one of my favorite movies. Went to Rutgers in Camden. He's engaged. Well, let me just bring him on. This young man, Sidney Francis, y'all. This young man is phenomenal. He actually, I work with him, and we do some things together. But come on in the room, Sidney. What's happening? Sidney's in studio with us today. He's in the studio. Yeah. So we didn't have to send the link out to him and have him come on and on his phone or anything like that. But he's sitting actually next to me. But we have one camera for him and one camera for me, and he's in studio. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I feel good.
Man, make sure you look at.
Happy to be here.
Make sure you look at yourself right there.
That's me right there.
All right, yeah, right there. Make sure you look there. When you're talking, don't look over here at me. You look good, man.
It's all right. Everything's fine?
Yeah, everything's good. You look good. That's important. Listen, 40 years old. You're a businessman, you're an entrepreneur, but you're also you're engaged. I mean, what's happening with that, man? When are you getting married? What was the decision and all of that? Is this a high school sweetheart? No?
It's been a long process to find the woman that I have now. I had to go through a lot of nonsense, I guess. And some of that nonsense was my fault too. But the woman that I have now is the perfect woman. So it was someone who truly understands me and allows me to operate how I need to operate on a daily basis. She doesn't pressure me. She just supports. And she's that peace when I come home. And that's why a lot of my friends ask, like, what made you make that decision? And I'll have to say the answer is the peace. She's 100% supportive.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna give you the screen. This is something that a lot of people will talk about, particularly men, will talk about. A man will actually, we look for fine women. We want the curves, 36, 24, 36. That's what we want. We don't always get that. But a man will settle for less in that regard, with regards to looks and curves and butts and boobs and all that kind of stuff, to have peace. Now I understand that because I'm an older man. I'm 60 years old now, but you're a younger cat. And I mean, not that you're young, you're not 20 years old, you're 40 years old. So now you've lived a little while and you've gained some experience. And now So what brought you to that mindset? How did you know that that's the key right there for a man, that the drama stuff we don't do. We don't want that. And that as long as we can have peace and have some understanding, a little conversation, that's what is the most, that's the highest on the platform.
Yeah. For me, the reason why it's so high is because I know how my life is. I'm not a typical 9-to-5 type person. I'm going to be all over the place. Mm-hmm. That's how I operate in chaos, And a lot of women that I was dealing with in the past, I think they couldn't understand that. They wanted to know where you want to be at. Mm-hmm. At all times. They want to schedule. I know you're going to be home at 6 every single day, but that's not how I move. Mm-hmm. So I knew the woman that I was going to be with ultimately had to understand that and just respect that she knows that I'm hustling, I'm grinding.
Right.
And I just don't go and do stupid stuff all the time. Like, I'm moving with a purpose. Everything's with intent. So when I go out, even when I go out to clubs now, it's not because I'm going out to club. It's usually because I'm going there for some type of business.
Gotcha.
So you can ask, some of our good friends that we're always with, and it's never really just to go be there and just be in that atmosphere. It's always for a purpose. So she understands that, and she supports me. And when I come home, it's never, why are you just now getting in? It's always just, did you have a good time? It's like when that first happened to me, when I came home that one time, she's like, did you have a good time? I was like, excuse me? What do you mean? Like, you're not asking why it's 3 a.m. and you're just now getting here? It was shocking, So at that point, I'm like, wow, okay.
This is the one.
Yeah, this is the one.
Now, I asked that question, not for me, because I understand exactly what you're talking about. And also, you made the trip to the Super Bowl with us. You paid, you got your ticket and came kind of not quite at the last minute, but you did. Mm-hmm. And there was no beef, no kickback, no residuals.
She told me to go.
She said
you have to go.
So I did all of that for a reason, for those sisters. PJ, what's going on? I see you, PJ Harper, and I see your message, Narvis. Thank you so much for that. Yes, the past is the past, but sometimes, you got to remember the past in order to, deal with the present. You can't sometimes let go of that. Neil, what's going on? I see you too. Thanks for being with us. Hang in there with us, y'all. But I prompted you to say that because so some of the sisters who may watch this right now, or who may watch it in the future, can understand that that's important. That's important. Now, don't get me wrong, trust is important as well. And sometimes we're in former relationships or prior relationships, and we bring baggage into our present relationship, and we may have been hurt in the prior relationship, and the trust may have been broken in the prior relationship, and therefore we bring that issue with us into the present relationship. Yeah. But you cannot, male or female, you cannot treat that person that you're in a relationship with like they're the person that you were in a relationship with. This is a new person. It's a new relationship. I don't know why we're going in this direction. We gotta, but
it's important, though.
Yes, it is important.
It's part of life.
Yes, it's important. Relationships are important. Yeah. The one thing that God said when he made everything, he put everything together at the beginning. He said it was good. Looked at everything and said it was good. The only thing that God said that was not good was that man was alone. He said it's not good for man to be alone. So it's important for us to have relationships, not just with men, together, but male or female, husband, wife. We've got to try to do the best we can do, because anytime the enemy can get in and cause division between the husband and the wife, it destroys the family, and the family is the fabric of the community and therefore the world. So, and it starts with the family.
And I think what's important is when you're dealing with so much outside of the home, grinding, trying to be successful, to do so many things. So you're fighting outside of the home a lot. You don't want to come home and fight too. That's where you're supposed to go home and excel.
He's preaching, y'all. He's preaching.
You gotta be able to go home and excel, because if not, where you gonna go? You ain't gonna go home.
Right? You ain't gonna go home. You don't want to go home.
You don't want to go home.
I don't want to go home and fight too. Yeah. So, speaking of grinding outside, man, you're an entrepreneur. You got several things going on in your life. Focused Ambition Training, which is a gym that you own. And I consider you a young man coming out of Camden. There's not a lot of young black men who come out of Camden who get their feet grounded and continue to move forward and are successful. But you're one of those cats. So how did that start? How'd you come up with the name? And how did the whole thing start with the gym, Focused Ambition Training?
Okay, so I'll just start with the name.
Mm-hmm.
So all throughout my life, I've always been pretty ambitious. I've always known that I was going to do something special. But I always was good at a lot of things, and I think that was like a gift and a curse. So I was always able to go into different industries and be successful, somewhat successful. So that I think that that kind of got me spoiled to the fact that thinking I can just do all these different things and and be successful in all of them, but that's not the case. So I always knew that I needed to find a focus. All right. So that's where the focus comes in the Focused Ambition Training. The ambitious part, that's just a given. Like, I've always been ambitious. I think my first job I was like 11 years old.
Wow.
And I was, walking my neighbor's dog. It was a big ass dog. Okay, can I say ass?
You can say ass on here.
Thanks.
It's all right.
It was a big golden retriever. It was like 300 pounds. I don't even know how she could. It was crazy. So I was walking that dog every day, making like $20 a week. Mm-hmm. And growing up how I grew up, $20 was a lot. I was able to get myself a haircut, get some food, on the regular occasions, and so that ambitious part was, instilled in me. So that's where the ambition part comes in, focused ambition, and the training part. I played basketball all throughout high school, college, and I played a little bit of pro as well. And I knew that I had to do something that I was going to enjoy for the rest of my life. And I knew that, and I had to figure out and decide what was something that I always did that I enjoyed and that I could possibly make some money from. And it was training people, because I have so much knowledge. That was one of the things that I was known for. People always see me in the gym. People always ask me, can I train them? Mm-hmm. But it just didn't have a structure to what I was going to do. So that's when I put the training part into it, and I decided to take it seriously. So that's where the hot side of the name came up, focused ambition training. I feel like it comes just full circle. Mm-hmm. Where you have to constantly have a focus. You have to be ambitious about whatever you're trying to do. And the training part is the part where you just have to do it consistently, because you just can't train for a week and expect to get results.
Hello.
It's a lifelong, right. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I feel like it just keeps coming full circle over and over again. Focus, ambition, training. Focus, ambition, training. And I think it's not just about the gym, it's just about life, period. Whatever you focus on that time, you have to be ambitious about it. You have to continue to train yourself to make sure you stay focused on it.
Well, here's my question to you about that. And I see George, George said Camden, born and raised. George Hageman, were you born in Camden, New Jersey? Mm-hmm. I didn't know. Was he born in Camden? George Hageman, do you know George? Okay, George, let me know. I was talking to you.
You talking to me? Oh, yeah. No, I don't know George. No.
There's a moment of silence.
Yeah. I thought he was about to answer something.
No. He's not going to answer. He's not going to answer that fast. It's delayed when they type in there. George, tell me if you were born and raised in Camden, George. I didn't know you. In
what part? You might have been in the same neighborhood.
Camden's all one neighborhood.
Yeah, it's pretty small. It's pretty small. Yeah.
But here's my question: you focused, ambition, training, being focused, having ambition, and doing what needs to be done on a consistent basis to get the results that you're looking for. Right. And a lot of times people want to try it. He said, yes, sir. Okay, you're a Camden. Right. I didn't know you were a Jersey guy, man. You need to get off. You need to start being an Eagles fan. Camden High. Yeah, Camden.
Oh, wow. Never mind.
Camden High.
Never mind.
Oh, bless you, bro. So here, how does how old were you when you got focused and ambitious and started doing things on a consistent basis to get the results that because that's not normal when you talk about, and like I said, to me, you're a young man. When I started pastoring, I was 40 years old, I was 40 years old. So you're a young man. I'm 60 now. So how did that happen? How do you get that kind of focus? Because when I talk to a lot of young people these days, they don't have that kind of focus. Mm-hmm. They don't have the ambition. They have a mentality of entitlement, a lot of them, expecting people to do things for them and things to come their way a certain way without them having to do a lot of work or put in effort over time. They expect it to come quickly. And if it doesn't, now they get twisted and it's somebody else's fault. Right. Where did that mentality come from, and when did you start having that mentality?
I think that mentality came from just from a young age, growing up and not having much at all. And so, my mom, she did everything that she could, of course. But, being a single parent of 6 children, 5 boys, 1 girl.
Wow.
Growing up in an area where, it wasn't safe, I guess you could say. And food was an option some nights, So we had to kind of like figure out what we were going to do to make sure that we could survive, So things were never handed to me. I had to always figure out how I was going to get what I needed to get. And just having that background, I believe anything that I face now is never as hard as it was back then. So I knew I could be successful in a lot of different things because I always look back at my childhood and say, nothing was harder than that. I know I'm a smart kid because I made it out. I am 40 years old. A lot of my friends didn't make it past 20. One of my teachers in the 5th grade told me, it was funny. I asked her, because it was a solar eclipse, and I asked her, when is the next solar eclipse going to be? And she said, well, it's going to be in about probably 20, 25 years, but don't concern yourself with that because you're probably going to be dead, you know?
Wow.
And I was in the 5th grade when she said that. And I remember that, you know, so that, you know, that's the first person that you remember, like, that's just doubt you. They don't expect you to do anything with your life. I was 7 at the time, I believe, or 8 or 9. And she didn't think I was going to make it to age 25, another 25 years.
Wow.
And that was true for a lot of people that I grew up with, you know? So just looking back and, you know, and seeing that, I know that, you know, I am special. I had a certain drive to make sure that, you know, I wasn't going to fall into that category. And I had a lot of examples around me to make sure that, you know, I had those examples to know which way to go. You know, I'm going to go left when they go right, you know, so that's how I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Richard said Camden is Camden is not all one hood family. I know Camden is not all one hood. I'm joking. You can't take a joke, Richard. Focused. Here's what I say about focus. Forgetting obsessive, compulsive, useless stuff. You can use that.
Thank you. I will.
And then in order to stay focused, it's forgetting obsessive, compulsive, useless stuff every day with ED on it. You can use that. That's original. That's mine.
This is being recorded, right?
Yeah, this is being recorded.
I'll go back.
This is original. That's mine. I didn't get that from someone else. I didn't read it. It came to me one day in the middle of church service. I was talking about being focused or having focus, and bang, it just came. And I spoke it. I've been speaking it ever since. It's forgetting obsessive, compulsive, useless stuff.
I like that.
Yeah. So what made you, now that's a great kick right there. What are you drinking, man? What made you get into the fitness business? Why how does a kid from Camden get into the I can see a kid from Camden like George Hagerman going to, you know, playing ball with basketball, football, maybe not baseball, but playing a sport, or doing something along those lines. Or how does a kid from Camden get into the fitness business? What pushed you that way?
I like that you said business, because the fitness business just doesn't mean like working out. There's so many things along also that you can do under that fitness category. Like, you know, I really feel like fitness is mental fitness, physical fitness, and spiritual fitness. Now, I also have these products that I have, which we're talking about business. You know, you asked me what I was drinking. It's coffee. You know, I have this.
Yeah, what you got, man? What products you got?
I got a couple of things, you know, just to help people along.
What
the
you
way,
got?
You know,
I'm trying to kind of turn toward the side and look at you over here. Let me put the camera over here so we can see both of you. What you got over there?
So what I'm drinking right now is
you see him over there, y'all. You got some stuff over there.
I keep sipping it like, this is some coffee, but it's made from hemp.
It's not moonshine.
It's not moonshine. You know? I wish I did. I mean, that's pretty good. I like that too. But this is a hemp coffee. You know,
hemp coffee.
My brand. No,
that's your brand?
Yeah, this is my brand. Yeah. You know,
wow.
Hemp coffee. Yep.
Okay, so let the people know what you got. What's your brand? Where can they find it?
You can find my brand it's at focusedambitiontraining.com. You can just click on there and shop now. I have all my products there. I have a vegan protein that's made from peas. I have multivitamins. I have some chaga, which is going to help, you know, get rid of the toxins out of your body. I have a coffee. I know there's a lot of coffee drinkers out there too, but this coffee is made from hemp, which is going to reduce your anxiety. It also has protein in it, so it's going to give you more nutrients than, you know, a regular coffee would give you.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay. You said focusedambitiontraining.com or focusedambition.com?
Focusedambitiontraining.com.
Focusedambitiontraining.com. Y'all got to get that. Somebody write that.
Go to the shop now tab. The shop now.
Yeah, shop now tab. Somebody write that in the comments so everybody will have it. Focusedambitiontraining.com. We actually have a question from my sister, Narvis. That's good. And she said question for Sydney in a semicolon. Normally I ask people to put a Q up in semicolon, but you got it, Narvis. It's her first time watching and she still got it right. Let me throw this up. We're going to put you in the questions so we can see it up underneath here. There it is. Question for Sydney. Do you think your success is nature or nurture? Are all of your siblings as focused? Wow. See, my sister's smart. She was born before me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to tell her age, but she got a lot more. The smarts wasn't too much left over when I was born.
Yeah. Well, I would say it's nature. I think that we are all born with something in us. I feel like everybody can't do what I do. Everybody can't do what Irving does. We all have paths, and I feel like at a young age, I always felt different. I never felt like I fit in, and now I understand I wasn't supposed to fit in. We're all supposed to be different. And just growing up, I knew that I was going to do something different, and so it is more nature, and my siblings, I would say, not to go too deep into them, they are focused,
That's
but
good.
they don't have my focus. I can say that. We have different focuses, but I learned from all of them. I learned a lot of great things from all of my family, my brothers and my sister. So yeah, it's a different type of focus, but it's just not my focus, and I don't think it's supposed to be like that. I know what my purpose is, and I knew that from a young age that my purpose is to change the trajectory of my entire family's financial makeup.
Wow. And you knew that from a young age?
I knew that.
Wow.
Just because there's certain things that I used to think about that and because of the environment that I was in, I'm like, I shouldn't be thinking like this. But now I know why I used to think like that and why I moved the way I moved and how I operate.
Wow. I wish I would have had that voice speaking to me, or that initiative on the inside when I was younger. That we're all, as you said earlier, we're different. We're all very special. Hear me now, those of you that are watching, you, us, all of us. We are all very special, never to be repeated miracles of human personality. We are all very special, never to be repeated miracles of human personality. That's what you are. That's who I am. That's who Sid is. That's where we are. And we all have our own unique path to walk and to live. And if things aren't playing out for you the way you think they ought to, because somebody else's path is smooth or somebody else's path is it looks a little more comfortable, you got to walk your walk and talk your talk and live it your way. Wanda, I see you. David Hunt said, that's good. Somebody said, hey, Vinny, I see you. Yup, that is JP Harper. It's good. That's right. That's good. Somebody said put it on a T-shirt. Put what on a T-shirt? What are you asking that put on a T-shirt? We've been saying we got a lot of gems we've been dropping, diamonds we've been dropping, pearls we've been dropping. Just come sell it at Island Smoothies. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's Vinny Capriati. He's got a smoothie place. So what is Push Boy?
We're talking about Push Boy now? Hold up 1 second. I got to get in the Push Boy mode.
Wait a minute.
We're talking about focused ambition now. We're talking about another business.
Well, yeah, wait. Before you before you morph.
Okay. Right,
wait,
cool.
before you
I'll
morph.
I'll take my time.
Before you morph. Wait, if we get ready to go there, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you the whole camera, let you morph. Okay?
All right.
Before you morph, you got your wings and your tentacles out, and you're involved in several different things. We're actually doing some things together. The Fryar place, Fryar Media, Sydney, my nephew Isaiah, we were all out at the Super Bowl doing stuff together, social media and doing content and all those kinds of things. But you got something called Push Boy. That is another arm, another extension of Sydney Francis. So I'm gonna give you the screen.
Is it time?
Yeah, this is the time. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Go.
We're talking about another business. So I gotta put that on. So I got the focus ambition on. So you gotta see the Push Boy too, right? And I like this shirt too because it kind of like shows my gun.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Don't knock nothing off my wall over there.
I won't. I got you. There you go. Excellent. All right, you see how that just pops out?
You should have brought one of those for me, and I could have had it on.
No. So you know what? You ahead of the game.
I'm ahead of the game.
I got one for you right here.
Okay.
I always come bearing gifts.
Okay, well, wait a minute.
I always come bearing gifts.
That's
there you go.
Bang.
And the only reason you're getting that shirt is because you've proven and you've
Look at that,
earned
y'all.
that. You've earned that, because the name is all in it,
Push Boy. Good gosh, I like that too, man.
Yeah.
I got some hats that'll go with that.
That design was actually, designed by a good friend of mine, your nephew, 91 The Saga. So
Okay, 91 Saga, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Isaiah Andrews, y'all, for those of you who don't know. Isaiah Andrews.
Isaiah Andrews.
So tell us what Push Boy is, man.
All right, so let me just tell you how it even started.
Okay.
First, back in like 2018, me and my friend Jamar, we were in Toronto at the Carabana, which is fun. If you've never been to the Carabana, you should go.
I'm going to go.
You got to go to Carabana. It was a great time.
What is Carabana?
It's like a meeting. It's in,
what is the Carabana?
It's fun. It's nothing crazy, but it's just in Toronto every year, everybody from these different islands come to one place and they have like a carnival. So it's kind of like the same thing in Barbados, but it's in Toronto.
It's in Toronto. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
So before that, let me just rewind first. My good friend, brother Duran, when we were in high school, we got out of high school, he always used to say, he said, I don't know what we're going to do, but I know that our voices are going to be heard worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Like he used to always say that.
Mm-hmm.
Our voices are going to be heard worldwide, but we didn't know how it was going to happen. Fast forward some years later, we decided to start a podcast. We didn't have a name for it just yet, but when I went to Toronto with my boy Jamar, we just started throwing some names out because we decided to add him, to the group as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he had these acronyms, on his phone because he's an artist too. So he was always putting things together. So he had a word that said push, and I was like, I wonder what that could mean. And it said, so the push stands for push until success happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Push until success happens.
Mm-hmm.
And the boy part it said bet on yourself, and I'm like, you should just call it push boy.
Wow.
Push boy, and the boy stands for bet on yourself.
Right.
So that's where the push boy came from. We decided to do a podcast called Push Boy Podcast. Because we feel like it embodied everything that we were doing.
Nice.
We were all striving to become successful, and that's a push. And we're not going to stop until we get it. So until success happens, and after that, you really have to bet on yourself because everybody's not going to believe in you. You have to be your biggest fan.
Right.
You know that. And there's going to be a lot of work that's done behind, closed doors that nobody's going to be cheering for you at all. So you have to really, believe that you can do things.
Now, I've been working with you for a little while, and I'm just finding out what push boy means. That's that's great. That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. That's genius right there. Bet on yourself. Always bet on yourself. Yeah. And it's always too soon to quit, y'all. You can't give up. You got to keep going. Only time you know that you can't keep going is when you're dead.
Yeah. And a lot of times at that moment when you feel like you want to give up, that's when you're about to make a breakthrough.
That's one of the things I say and call the red zone. Played football, you get into the red zone, you move the ball with ease sometimes, 20-yard receptions, 15-yard runs, 5-yard runs, throw the ball outside, throw the ball in the middle of the field, that first 80 yards of the field. But then when you get to the red zone, which is the last 20 yards before you get to your goal, things start tightening up. You see teams all the time, they get to the red zone and they fail. They don't score. Why? Because specialists start coming. They start seeing stuff they ain't never seen before. They have coaches who put in defensive plays specifically to stop offenses from scoring in the red zone. And so when you're getting all of this resistance, things seem to have been going well all of this time. Then all of a sudden you're getting all this pushback, you're getting all this resistance. Things that kind of seem like they're falling apart. That's because you're in the red zone. Like you said, you're getting ready to accomplish a goal. You got to keep pushing. You got to bet on yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's I always say, the easy part is to get started. The hard part is to keep going. That's the hard part. Like you said, resistance, I'm into the market, stock markets. Is a period in the market where they call it resistance, and consolidation, where the market is just stuck in one position. And a lot of times, a lot of people sell at that point because they can't take the heat. The stock isn't moving. They don't know what it's going to do. So it's a time of fear. Yeah. But not knowing if you stand there long enough, it's going to shoot right back up.
Wow.
And you're going to make your profit. Everything that you invested, all that consolidation, all that time and all that hard work is going to boil over, something called a compound effect. It may start small, but if you keep going, that ball is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it's going to be rolling down a mountain and knocking everybody over and out your way that tried to stand in your way. But you just have to keep going.
Bullish or bearish?
I'm bullish.
Bullish. Bullish and bearish.
But you can make money both ways, though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, that's why they got them both there. That's why they label them both. You bullish or bearish. So what's your definition of success?
My definition of success is getting started, not stopping, keeping your vision, clear in your mind. And the only time you won't be successful is if you stop. A lot of time people think that success doesn't happen fast enough, but if you pay attention and you're able to look back at where you started at, you'll look back and see that you accomplished a lot of things, and that's successful. That's success. Everybody thinks success is just at the end when you get there and I finally got here. But that's the gift. You're really successful during the journey, because you were able to continue.
Right.
The journey is the most important part.
Right.
That is the entire. That's it.
Yeah.
If you're on a journey, you're going somewhere.
You're going somewhere. That's
you're
right.
going somewhere. It don't matter if it's one step, an inch. You got somewhere, and that's what I tell everybody, even my clients or even people that I talk to. If you have a list of things that you need to get done, people try to get them all done in one day. You have 30 days. If you did just one thing a day.
Just one thing a day.
At the end of that month, you got 30 things
30
accomplished.
things
and I can guarantee nobody has 30 things on their list.
Right.
To do.
Right.
So just day by day, piece by piece, take your time, be patient, and understand that you're moving in the right direction. Because when you start moving in that direction, you're going to start getting signals. People are going to start coming your way that's going to help you along that path. But if you're not paying attention, you won't even realize that blessing that's in front of you. That blessing that was given to you to help propel you forward. So you have to keep your eyes open.
And I'm a firm believer that slow motion is better than no motion. I'm a firm believer that slow motion is better than no motion.
But another key I think is really, really important. I had to do the Barack hand. This is the Barack hand. The Barack gesture.
Okay, the Barack Obama.
Yeah, this is when you're about to make a real good point.
Okay, he does that.
Your hand like this.
Okay, let me see me. We're going Barack right now, y'all. We're going Barack. I can't do that because my camera starts focusing on my hand rather than my face, so I got to take my hand down. See that? There you go. Go ahead, Barack.
Another major key is.
He did it for real too, y'all.
Gotta get in character, right?
Listen, from now on, if I see you do that or if I do that,
you already know something profound is about to be said.
It's Barack Obama.
You know something profound is about to be said. Too,
yep.
Right? If this is the most important thing, it's in the top 2 or 3, in my opinion, and it's the people around you. The key to success is the people that you have around you. You don't see eagles flying with pigeons. You don't see the lions hanging with hyenas. If you're a lion, you need to be hanging with lions.
Yeah.
You can't. That's so important because iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
You have to be around people that's going in, not even the same direction, but they're going somewhere. And they can motivate you along the way and give you some insight and inspire you. Because I feel like inspiration is major. It's people around me that inspire me. And my circle's pretty small now, and it has to be just because. I'm so focused on, where I'm going and what I have to get done that I don't have time, or I just don't have time to deal with certain things.
Right.
We're not focused because I'm having fun during this journey and my friends are having fun during their journey. So we can have fun going in that direction. I just want to shout out a couple people that inspire me.
That was my next question. Who was it that inspired you?
Well, one of my good friends, who actually kind of like introduced me to that entrepreneurship can be a thing where you don't have to work a 9 to 5. You can actually get it off the muscle. Is my good friend Phil Michael. He owns a barbershop called the Loft Barbershop, and he was the first person to show me that it can be done. I saw him go from cutting at Rutgers University, when we was both there at school, to him opening up his own shop. And when he opened up his own shop, we was like, wow, he's actually doing it, and at that point, I don't remember him. I be going back. It's been over 10 years. I haven't seen him work. Goes back to a job, and that inspired me. And we talked this morning before I came here, and every time I talk to him, we always get some gems, always get some some energy. People have to understand. You have to speak life into each other. If you really care for that person, you got to speak life. You can't be talking about how everything is going to go wrong. You have to talk about how everything is going to go right. Right. Problems are here for a reason. It's a purpose for them. It's a purpose for the problems, and you have to understand that they're not there to stop you. They're here to get you stronger.
Yeah.
You know, and because if you didn't have any problems or no resistance, you know, we lift weights, you know, you got to lift weights. That's how that muscle going to get bigger. You got to get more resistance. That's how you get stronger. So he inspires me. My friend, 91 the Saga, Isaiah, you know,
my nephew.
This is my guy, you know.
He's smart, man.
He's very smart.
I don't know where you get all that knowledge from.
Yeah, I don't know either. He's like,
I missed that boat.
We be in like certain places listening to like these different songs. We was in a country place one time, I think down in Alabama, and this song was on.
And he knew who it was.
And he started singing it.
Yeah,
like, what the hell is going? Like, how do you even know this?
Now I know. I'll start singing some country songs now. Because I spent 4 years in Nebraska, so I get a little, you know, I got a reason for that. But he's never been to Nebraska, so he's just well rounded, man.
I don't know. He's like the, you know, walking Wikipedia, walking dictionary. Like he knows everything. So.
Yeah, he takes after his brother.
His brother, can spit. Yeah, but he inspires me because he was the first person to show me, and I've only known him about 4 years, the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Okay. So the water not giving a fuck, okay?
I don't know if you can say that. Or
Sorry.
It's okay.
Scratch that out. Okay?
It's all right.
But meaning,
that's the first time our viewers ever heard that word. Sorry, but it's all right. They probably said it in their own heads.
We're talking to real people, real issues.
Yes, sir. This is real conversation.
Yeah.
This is real talk. Yes, sir. Okay. I don't mind.
Okay.
They might not. They may mind.
I apologize, y'all. That will be the last time you hear the F word. Today.
No, it probably won't. Maybe not. It'd probably be the last time on this show, but it won't be the last time they hear it. I'm sure.
Yeah. But he really showed me that it's okay to be different.
Yeah.
It's okay to be different. You can be yourself and thrive in that. You know, like I said, 4 years ago, you know, I met him when I was living at the Victor. It's interesting how we just met. He was working at the grocery store downstairs. And I just asked him to play basketball if he played ball, and he said yes. And from that point forward, we were like, you know, brothers. You know, and I think that, you know, sometimes people come into your lives at the right time.
Right.
And he has been like a rock for me. You know, because one of my best friends right now is in the hospital. He's been there for like a year. He had a massive stroke, and when he went to the hospital, when I wasn't able to talk to him, I realized like I don't talk to many people. You know. Because I was always able to just call him and confide in him and talk to him. And Isaiah was there at that point. He kind of like, he filled that void, and he was able to, you know, really help me through that process, and is still helping me through that process, you know, just by being a good friend. And he's taught me how to be a really good friend. You know, he has been there for a lot of the struggles that I've been through over the last 4 years. And, you know, he's been there to help me and, you know, just be a good friend. So I appreciate him. He inspires me. He does so much for other people. I watch him be humble, and, you know, I'm happy now that we're at this point now where we're just being aggressive and, you know, starting to just make sure that we're taking care of self too, because we spent so much time taking care of others. And that's what I learned from him. He really inspired me for that.
Nice. Yeah. Listen, it's much people sometimes, and I guess I used to be like this at one point. Yes, it is facts, Narvis. Yep. Look out, everybody. Them F-bombs random. As Richard said, Tim, what's going on? Your people can fit you up, bring you down. Yes, they will. Your people will lift you up, and then they'll bring you down. That's my cousin, Tim Wimberly. You're right, Tim. You said it. But it's important. It's important, like you said, to have a support system, to have a friend. Some of us think that we can, and I used to be this way, be an island by myself. I don't need nobody. I don't want nobody. It ain't going to take nobody for me to get what I need to get and get to where I need to get to. And then when you're knocked down, that's when you realize you need somebody. Yeah. You need other people. You need a support system. And when you're able to identify who that is, man, that's just a treasure. Those kinds of people end up being lifelong friends, the people who are with you no matter what. And people will say that, but then when no matter what happens, you can't find them. Right. You can't find them. So talk about, and we're going to close this out because it's 1 o'clock, but talk about, I want you to tell the people you're successful, but you haven't gotten to the point that you are right now without challenges, without some hills to climb, without some mountains to have to get over. disappointments, those kinds of things, as it is for everyone or anyone who has been successful in their lives. It's not just gravy all the time. The sun doesn't shine all the time. There's been some rain. There's been some storms. There's been some disappointments. There've been some setbacks. Just name a couple of the setbacks or the challenges that you've faced in your life to this point, and how you were able to get through them.
A couple of them.
Yeah, just a couple.
1,000 of them. 1,000 of them. But I think a couple of them, if I had to pinpoint a couple of them that had the most impact, I think. Of course, losing a parent, that's one of the biggest things that I had to deal with. I had to deal with that too at a young age too. My mom, she was the embodiment of what love is supposed to be. Growing up, she couldn't, provide like a lot of the financial things and the material things. But one thing I never lacked was love. And then when she wasn't here no more, that's a void that you're looking to fill. And that's a big void. So just going through that process and fighting through it and, trying to fill those voids with other things. Of course, sometimes those things turn to negative things that you fill it with.
Right.
Which is why I think I went through the process of being married and being divorced. I kind of was just.
We don't talk about those things. I've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt.
Got the T-shirt. Okay. But yeah, and it also teaches you to identify what real love is.
Right.
So throughout that, I learned what love is supposed to look like, and how you're supposed to show love and give love. And so that's one major thing. The other thing is, of course, financial. I've been in a position where I've been up plenty of times and I've been, way down. Lost money.
Okay.
Oh, you still that's how you got your hand with?
Identify.
Yeah, identify with that.
Look, that's what they do in church. Preach, preacher. Preach,
Yes,
preacher.
because that's one of the listen, like when you're up, right? It's so many things that you can do. The world seems like it's just your playground at that point.
It's a fantasy world.
Fantasy world, right?
It's fantasy.
You lose it all, and now you have to kind of go back to your origins. And sometimes people don't come out of that.
You got to go back to real living.
Yeah.
You got to go back to a real struggle.
Yeah, and that's something that I've had to deal with twice now. I faced eviction a couple times, but looking on the outside in, because of the way I handled this stuff, people wouldn't even know that I was going through those things. But I faced eviction twice. All of my credit cards maxed out, creditors calling, but you have to navigate through that. You don't make those same mistakes twice.
Right.
And I think that's the purpose for it. Those times, again, we talked about, those hard times, they're there for you. It's not happening to you. It's a purpose, there's a reason why those things are happening. So your job is to identify it, realize the mistakes that you made, and don't let it happen again, and move smarter, move wiser.
There you go. That's real talk right there. That's real conversation. That's conversation that's fire, because none of us are going to go through life and everything is peaches and everything is going to smell like roses. We're going to, you can be sitting at home and tragedy will happen. You be minding your own business, doing the right things, and stuff will still come. Adversity will still come in your life, and it's not whether or not it's going to come. It's going to come. It's how you handle it, how you respond to it. And when you respond to it the right way, the correct way, where you learn from it, you become better. You become stronger. You become wiser. What is it? What legacy do you want to leave? When it's all said and done, and the preacher, it won't be me because I'll be gone before you, and the preacher's preaching at your funeral, what legacy, what's the preacher going to say?
The preacher's going to say, here lies Dread Pierre, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm just playing. I was
going to say, who in the world?
No, but the legacy I want to leave behind is someone who was born into an environment where a lot wasn't expected, but he did a lot. And along the way, I was able to inspire others to not just their circumstances aren't what defines them. You have a choice. You can decide which way you want to go. and I decided to go the way where I felt like I could have the most impact on my family and other people, and just lived a life of peace and harmony.
Mm-hmm.
I was loyal, honorable, and I cared about people, and I loved people, and that's the legacy I want to leave.
That's cool. And you said a lot of people, or people didn't have a lot of expectancies of you, but you were able to accomplish, you've been able to accomplish, and you will continue to move forward and go higher and accomplish even more because you have high expectations of yourself. You don't need other people to expect you. And that's my slogan, that's my logo, that's my saying for 2023. 2023 is up to me. Not looking at anybody else, not blaming anybody else. When stuff goes awry, when things are not right, I'm going to go look in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. Mm-hmm. I want things to change. It starts with me in 2023. I don't care what expectations other people have. My expectations for me are super high, super high. Man, it's crazy. I got a question, and we're going to get out of here. Let me throw the comments screen up. Wanda says, what is the name of your podcast? Would like for my grandsons to listen to it.
Well, if you go on Instagram, YouTube, mm-hmm. It's Push Boy Podcast. We have a bunch of episodes in the past from 2018. So it's about 20 to 30 episodes on there. But if you go to YouTube, it's at Push Boy Podcast.
Push Boy Podcast. You get that, Wanda? I'm going to throw that. I'm trying to, because I want to center these comments. You got to kind of do that while it's up there. Push Boy Podcast. Go to Push Boy Podcast.
We have some new content coming soon, but, we have some things to work on first.
Yeah, I'll be on this soon.
Yeah.
I'll be on this soon. Listen, you want to say, you want to give a message to the people before we get off?
Yeah, hold on. I want to give you this too. I have another gift for you.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Look into the camera.
Wait a minute. This is the best gift ever. I mean, the best guest ever, because I got like 2 gifts today.
It says Focused Ambition on the front. On the back, it has a reminder for you to keep training.
Wow.
I wanted to give that to you. Even though I know you don't need a reminder to keep training.
Yes, yeah, I do, because they're, listen, wow, that's nice. That's nice. Keep training, y'all. Keep training. That doesn't just mean physical training either.
Yeah.
That means emotional. That means psychological. That means relational. That means financial. Keep on training. That means keep on learning, keep on doing, keep on pushing, keep on pressing, keep on setting goals, trying to do better. Wear it out. Go get it and come back. Go get it and come back with it.
Come back with it.
Go get it. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to look your stuff up too. Focused Ambitiontraining.com. That's where you find the coffee. That's where you find the herbs. That's where you find Mr. Sidney Francis. Yeah. Focused Ambition Training. It's been real today, man.
And I do have a sign up. Let me take my glasses off of this.
Oh, my goodness. He didn't tell me all this.
It's two different things.
Wait a minute. Wait. Let me cue you, okay, Doc. Right. Just don't get this. Let me cue you. Okay, I'm gonna toss it to you, okay? So as we close the show out, and it's been a great show today. I thank everybody for being with us. I'm gonna holler at y'all as we go out today. JP Harper, good to see you, bro. Or sister, I'm sorry, sister. Good to see you. Wanda, good to see you. Stu Winrow, what's up, man? You in late, better late than never, though. God bless you. As we get ready to go, I'm going to throw it over to Sidney Francis, our man of the hour today, for his final words.
Hold up, let me put the glasses back on first. All right. Then take them off in dramatic fashion.
Are you going to do the Barack thing?
Yeah, it's a Barack thing.
Okay.
And then it's also the glasses thing. Okay. We're going to the glasses thing now.
All right, wait a minute. Let me throw it back to you again. All right, we're going to sign off. We're going to go out today. We're going to turn it over to Mr. Sidney Francis for his final words today.
All right. You take one down and the other. You put it down like that. Okay, perfect. So I have a question for you, though, first.
Oh, for me?
It's going to set up my answer.
Okay, wait a minute.
It's going to set up my closeout.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, so I have a riddle for you.
Move this way a little bit so they can see. There you go. Okay.
I have a riddle for you.
All right.
Okay, see if you can answer it. No one has gotten this right so far. I'm going to give you 15 seconds to answer.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Why are you doing this to me on my show, man?
Just because it's your show.
Why you make me look stupid on my show? He can't make me look stupid. I'm going to kick him out of here.
All right, so
a riddle.
Here's the riddle.
Now he's the Joker.
Here's the riddle. Let's see if anybody in the comments can get this too.
He's the Joker
right.
now. Now he wants to be the Joker.
The Riddler.
The Riddler.
Right.
Joker, Riddler, same thing.
All right.
Spelled different.
You ready? You ready?
No, I'm not ready, but go ahead.
Here it is. Without this, nothing would exist. And because of this, everything is born. What am I?
Well, first of all, God. That's my answer.
Everybody said that.
Everybody said that?
Everybody said that, but that's not the answer.
Love. That's not the answer. Love's not the answer.
No.
Air.
And when I say it, you're gonna be like, oh God.
Say what's the question? What's the riddle again?
Okay. Without this, nothing would exist.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this, everything is born. Everything is born. Without it, nothing would exist.
Nothing or nobody.
Nobody, nothing, nothing. The nothingness. The
My
darkness.
answer is still God.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say God used this too.
You gonna do what?
God used this too. That's another hint for you.
God used this.
Yes.
The word. Go ahead, man.
Deeper. All right, let me get y'all the answer.
Yeah, give me the answer.
Did anybody get it in the comments at all?
No, ain't nobody said nothing.
Okay,
They're just
great.
saying great show. What's up, Rodney Lewis? Good to see you, bro.
So, okay, the answer is your imagination. Your imagination.
Whose imagination?
God imagined us before he created us, right? He had to.
He visioned us. Yeah, he saw us.
So that was born in his imagination.
Right. It starts in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. You are absolutely correct.
Everything starts there.
Everything starts in the mind. I do agree with that. I do know that. Yes.
Yes. So,
but that's a trick question.
it's not a trick question.
It is a trick question.
You know, but
That was a trick question, man. Because God is the answer. Because everything started in the mind of God. So it's
right.
So I'm still right. I just didn't give the answer you wanted.
Yeah, right. So it's not correct, right?
No, you're correct, but I'm correct too.
Yeah.
I can't be wrong on my own show.
But I say that to say this: anything that you want in life, anything that you want to create, you can have. You can have it. You know, but you have to understand that it starts in your mind first. I was telling my son this the other day. I said, "How did you first get $1 million?" And he said, "You have to work for it. You have to do X, Y, and Z for it." And I said, "No, you have to imagine that you have it already.
Mm-hmm.
You have to see it.
Got to see it.
You have to see it first. You know, people say, believe it. I'll see it when I believe it, but you have to see it first. You have to see it first. You have to have that vision. Whatever you're trying to do, create that vision, all right? And keep building upon that vision and go towards it. And don't let nothing stop you from getting there, all right?
That's word right there, y'all. And that's, you know what? That's what we used to do when we were playing ball. You know, before you score the touchdowns, before you win the championships, before you get to the Super Bowl, before you become an all-star, you got to see yourself doing it. You know, Michael Jordan would see himself scoring. He's scoring the winning, goal. Gretzky would see himself skating down the ice, slapping that puck into the net. I would see myself catching the ball. Mm-hmm. You got to see it in order to be it. And that's you know what? That's what happens with us as humans, particularly the younger folk. Young girls, little girls don't automatically, instinctively grow up to be mature women. Young boys, they don't instinctively grow up to become mature men, grown men. They see it and then they emulate it because they have to see it in order to be it. Though they physically see it, yes, for us to accomplish certain things in our lives, we have to vision it in our minds. Everything, like you said, everything starts in our minds. People will say, well, you got to change, the way you do this, change the way you do that. You got to change the way you act. If you're going to I got to change the way I think first. Yes. Yep. Got to change the way I think first. And when I embrace that, then what I think will show up in how I act.
Right. Be it.
What you believe will show up in your behavior. Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, we preaching up in here. Yeah. Y'all getting nuggets today, but we're done right now. Listen, we're going to bring him back in a few more weeks after he's accomplished a few more things. Have part B of this show. But like I said, y'all, these next few months of the Fryar Place, we're going to have people on like Sid who are not professional athletes, who are not big actors and actresses, and we've had folk like that on the Fryar Place, but these are regular folk that you can reach out and touch. He was born in Camden, New Jersey, right down the street, and he's still in the area, enhancing the area, taking care of his business, being responsible, making things better, and the people around him better. So, Sid, listen, thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for being here today. We're going to sign out, and God bless you, man. Did you want to say anything else before you go?
Oh, no, I'm good. I think I said enough today.
He's good. Thank you for the gifts, too,
I'll
man.
save it for the next time I come back. I have so much more to.
Okay, I'm going to turn your mic off.
Thank you. Rock hands.
All right, bro.
Rock hands.
Yeah, we thank him for that. No, it's good to see all of you. We're over time. It's 1:16. Richard said, I missed he misses the Fryar Place. Trying to take the 2-week vacations. Listen, bro, I'm not going to burn myself out. I'm going to do what I need to do to keep going. And if I need to step back and take my little vacations, I appreciate you though, Richard. I really do, for being on and enjoying and supporting the show. You've been one of our main supporters over this last year and almost 2 years. It's been a year and a half now that Fryar Place has been airing. So thank you, bro. You've been with us right from the beginning, and I appreciate you. Tamara Osborne, what is up? How are you? David Hunt, God bless you, man. Thanks for supporting. I'll hit my mic there. Wanda, God bless you. Thanks for being with us today. Marty's Menu. Listen, man, we got to get it together, Marty. Holla at me. You got my number. I'll come out there and get you set up so we can have Marty's Menu on the Fryar Place. Come on now. PJ Harper, thank you for staying around. George Hageman, hit me up. DM me, man, so I can have you on the show. People want to hear your story, bro. God bless you. I love you. Yeah, you are the biggest man I've ever met in my life. And that's a compliment. That's not something bad. Narvis, thanks for hanging in there with us today. Listen, Narvis, I see you, sis. You're watching on my Facebook page. I need you to go over to YouTube. I know maybe, we're old school. We're not really, we're low tech, just above no tech. But go to YouTube. Download the YouTube app on your mobile device and search the Fryar Place, Fryar. You know how to spell that. And then subscribe to the Fryar Place. All right. That way, and hit the notifications button. That way, when we come on every week, you'll get a notification at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and you'll be able to come on and enjoy us. We'll be back next week, as we will the following week and the week after that. Wanda, what's going on? Rodney Lewis, always good to see you. Mama, always good to see you too. Teresa Gardner, hey, I missed you. I missed your comment there. Great people come from Camden, a fellow Camden. You're from Camden as well? God bless you. I didn't know you were from Camden. Good to see you. Yes, it was a good talk today. Stu Winrow, I said Stu, I think. Tim Wimberly, I don't know if you're still with me, Tim. God bless you. Go over to YouTube, subscribe to the Fryar Place. I see you on Facebook. Hope, good to see you. Vincent Capriati, God bless you. We got a bunch of folk on today. Alfred Parchman, yeah. Good to see you, bro. Who else? Let me see who else is on here. I'm going to sign off. Get out of here. Get out of here. Neil Andrews. I don't know if you're still with us or not. Vanetta, God bless you. Faith Football. Craig Olson. Yeah, good to see you, bro. Long time no talk to. Long time no see. Mike Powers. God bless you. Who else? I think that's about it. I think I got everybody. Keenan. Nope. Keenan. Hope Wiley, I said Hope. Who else? Marty, I said Daryl Carolina. What's going on? All right, y'all. I just wanted to holler at you, acknowledge all of you. Thank you so much for supporting today. We had a great, great guest with great conversation. Dropped a lot of nuggets. Listen, if you missed it, just go back and watch it again. This is about to post because we're about to get up out of here. All right? Y'all stay healthy, stay happy, stay connected to people who love you. Be careful. Still a lot of craziness out there. We'll see you next week here at the Fryar Place, where the conversations are fire. God bless you.